Shares, though, are down sharply in the pre-market, despite what was better than expected quarterly results. Mobile, by the way, now accounts for 2/3 of this company's ad revenue.
Right.
Just think about it. That started about a year ago only. The social network says it sees revenue growth slowing this quarter, adding it does plan to ramp up spending in 2015. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg addressing the spending strategy last night on the company's conference call.
One thing that I'm particularly pleased about is that while we're investing aggressively and making progress towards our big long-term goals, we also continue to execute well against our near-term priorities.
That's not a good quote. The best quote in the whole thing was when he said, over a 5-year time frame, we have a number of services which we think are well on their way to reaching 1 billion people. WhatsApp, Instagram, Search are a number of them. Once we get to that scale, then we think that they will start to become meaningful businesses in their own right. So here's what you have. You have one guy with a 5-year plan. This is a 5-year plan. And it's about to grow revenues. And then you have, let's contrast that with IBM, a 5-year plan to buy back stock. The market wants somewhere in between. It doesn't want a 5-year plan where you're spending a fortune, you're giving away 100 million shares to an outfit called WhatsApp that is selling at $2,000 times revenues.
Right.
And it doesn't want IBM, which gives you no growth. It wants something in between. I look at the Facebook call, and I told people for my charitable trust to sell some stock ahead of this quarter because they're going to do this. A lot of stock's going to come to market. But in the end, people are going to come back to Facebook because, we'll talk to Sally Smith from Buffalo Wild Wings. How do they advertise? The split the difference stock is the one that everyone hated 2 weeks ago. It's Google. Sells at 14 times earnings, fantastic balance sheet. They talk about spending a lot of money to be able to build businesses, but they have much more financial discipline than Facebook, just that they are not as articulate.
Google has much more financial discipline than Facebook.
Because this WhatsApp deal, until they figure out a way to monetize it, just blew up financially.
$21.8 billion when you throw in all the extra. Not to mention, as you point out, stock is going to be coming to the market now from the lockup has expired on
free
some of that.
to trade.
And that is why, perhaps for the first time, they did give us some revenue guidance for the next quarter, although they bracketed it, and that is worrying people, I think.
Yeah, but they've historically been very conservative. Look, I think that when the smoke clears, this stock is a buy. Yesterday, by the way, I took a lot of heat on my comments on Twitter, saying, why are you short Twitter? Of course, my charitable trust is long Twitter, so it's like I just hurt myself.
Right.
These stocks, Twitter, Facebook, Google, in the end, you're stuck with them if you're an advertiser.
Yeah, but your point on Twitter had to do with execution, and you questioned the CEO. You're not at all. You've never done that on Google or Facebook.
I think Facebook's got a 5-year plan, and I like it. I trust. You have to trust Zuckerberg.
As the same way you have to trust